Jason Biggs and the top 10 perks of winning the Tour de France. First, your local news.
A bank teller outwits a robber, trapping him in some glass double doors. You'll hear from the bank robber himself. Plus, police shut down the Parkway East. They're worried about a boulder high above traffic. We'll tell you if it will affect your morning commute. That's all next.
Now, KDKA-TV News at 11.
A teenager hanging out a warm summer night. Shots ring out of nowhere, and now doctors are fighting to save his life. But that teenager was not the only one hit.
No, in fact, bullets flew into a house in the middle of a birthday party. Ralph Iannotti is live now with the story. It is new at 11. Ralph?
Thanks, Stacy. Police are looking for suspects tonight after a drive-by shooting. It happened a couple of hours ago in the city's Lincoln-Larimer neighborhood. Detectives tell me they don't have much to go on. They're looking for a gray car that was seen speeding away. Police searched this Dodge Grand Caravan for evidence after a 17-year-old who was standing on the street nearby was critically wounded in what investigators called a drive-by shooting. It happened here in the 6400 block of Apple Street. As many as 6 shots were fired. The youth was wounded in the abdomen and thigh, and he was taken to Presbyterian Hospital. Rosemary Williamson and her family were celebrating Williamson's birthday in the house next to the crime scene, when a bullet came through one wall, through a hallway, and entered another wall. Luckily, they were on the other side of the house at the time, but nonetheless, it was a frightening experience.
Cake ice cream, getting my feet massaged. All of a sudden, we heard pow, 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 pow. I jumped up. He said, "Don't come." I heard the glass, looked up. I guess it came from the side of the house into our living room. It's just unreal that, you know, you hear this happening to other people, but you don't think that it's going to happen to you. You know, what a hell of a birthday present.
Now, the teenager who was shot is in Presbyterian Hospital in surgery at this hour, and detectives tell me that the gunman was armed with a large caliber handgun. Reporting live from East Liberty, I'm Ralph Iannotti, KDKA-TV News.
Also new at 11, PennDOT closed part of the Parkway East this evening. Someone spotted a boulder that appeared to be teetering over traffic on the Parkway near Saline Street and the Greenfield Bridge. PennDOT engineers quickly closed one lane so that they could take a closer look. And the news is good. It won't affect your morning commute. PennDOT says the boulder is not coming down anytime soon, and the Parkway was reopened.
PennDOT is also opening another highway where huge boulders are threatening traffic below. Last Thursday, PennDOT shut down one lane of Route 28 in Harmer after tons of rock and debris slid down the hillside. Well, PennDOT has been working to clean up that slide and a huge boulder that is loose but still on the hillside. Having traffic squeezed from 2 to 1 lane has been causing big traffic problems. Delays of up to an hour, especially at the height of the morning rush hour traffic. But it's going to be a little easier driving for drivers tomorrow. PennDOT will open both lanes for tomorrow's rush, and then they will close one lane again at 9 a.m. and leave it closed until 7 p.m. so that crews can continue working. That schedule will continue through Friday.
And there is other construction work on Route 28 tonight. Perhaps the better word would be destruction work. This is a live picture from East Ohio Street on the north side. Crews are in the process of tearing down some what are considered dangerous buildings. They will work through the night to bring them down. St. Nicholas Parish in Millvale owns the buildings and wants to demolish them. The buildings have been crumbling in recent months, and they're considered dangerous. The church is concerned that people who walk along Route 28 could also be injured if those buildings collapse.
It was a successful robbery attempt until the accused bad guy got to the door, and that's where things went terribly wrong for him, making one heck of a criminal blooper. David Highfield is live to explain. David, tell us about this.
Well, Patrice, I want to show you exactly where this all ended for the robber. Take a look at the exit to the Citizens Bank here in East Liberty. You can see there's an inner door there and then an outer door here in this vestibule area in between. Well, a teller flipped a switch and locked the robber right in. I asked 42-year-old Lewis Pack one question as police led him away, and after a pause, he answered. Why'd you rob the bank? Rent. In case you missed that, he said the word rent, and this is the Citizens Bank where he went to get his rent money, only police say he did it illegally by handing the teller a stick-up note. The teller filled an envelope, but then pulled a fast one on the robber.
As the actor was leaving the bank, the teller kept his calm, and he then activated the man trap, which is a set of double doors, and when the actor was within the 2 doors, they were locked electronically.
When customers come to this bank, they're all instructed to go in this door. You can see there's a green light here and a red light there. And right down here it says enter one adult at a time. This door is a protection against robbery. Customers must wait in a vestibule area surrounded by bulletproof glass before they're allowed through a second inner door. The same is true on the way out of the bank, and that's where the robber got stuck. At first, he frantically pounded on the glass and then calmed down.
The actor sort of realized that his time was up.
Well, police credit the quick thinking of this bank teller for flipping the switch and locking the robber in. They also say this teller is relatively new on the job. Now, as for Pack, he is from Garfield. Police say they found no weapon on him, but they did find the envelope filled with cash. Reporting live in East Liberty, David Highfield, KDKA-TV News.
A presidential visit to Pittsburgh. President Bush stepped off Air Force One and onto Pennsylvania soil for the 21st time of his presidency. This time, he came to Pittsburgh to court African-American voters. He appeared at the National Urban League Convention to polite applause.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
The president addressed the annual Urban League Conference at the David L. Lawrence Convention Center. Black Americans were cool to his candidacy in the year 2000. And today, Mr. Bush promoted his economic policies as a path to greater opportunity and hope. And he said while African Americans have made great strides over the years, he is dedicated to seeing that even more progress is made.
Has always stood for justice. Our nation has come a long way, and we have a long way to go. And we will not stop. We will not tire until we extend the great promise of America to every neighborhood in America. Now, we've been through a lot. Recession, war, emergencies, and corporate scandals, but I'm optimistic about the future.
Living wage, not killing war! Living wage, not killing war!
And about 75 people protested outside of the convention center. The president never saw them, but that did not deter them from voicing their dislike of a number of things, mainly the U.S. invasion of Iraq. The demonstration was peaceful and no arrests were made.
The president's speech marked the first time he and the Democratic challengers for the White House addressed the same group, but their paths did not cross. 7 of 9 Democratic presidential candidates, including the Reverend Al Sharpton, also appeared at the Urban League Convention. They were scheduled to appear some 5 hours after the president. Each took the opportunity to criticize him.
Can a Democrat beat George Bush?
George Bush's administration has promised him everything and give him nothing. He promised us more jobs. We have 3 million fewer jobs. Promised he was going to do something about health care and Social Security. He did. More people lost their health care, and now he's attacking Social Security.
There's no question that we can deny George Bush a second term because he doesn't have a record that earns him a second term, particularly on the economy. 3.1 million jobs have been lost since George Bush became president.
What he said today here was an absolute trip to Fantasy Island. How can you talk about we're doing better when you have unemployment double digits in the black community? How can we talk about returning integrity to the White House when we have a president that cannot produce the weapons of mass destruction that brought us to war?
Tonight, each candidate took their concerns and their sales pitch to the podium, addressing the audience. The National Urban League Conference continues until Wednesday.
A man convicted 32 times of drunk driving is now going to jail. A judge today said 67-year-old George Johnson apparently hasn't gotten the message, so he sentenced Johnson to 5 to 10 years in jail to let it sink in. Johnson and his attorney want the judge to reconsider the sentence, and they say they may appeal.
Strange turn of events in a Westmoreland County courtroom today. First, Mark Filipino told the court he was guilty of raping 2 women. But today, Filipino withdrew that guilty plea. He also asked the judge if he could represent himself. The judge said yes. Now Filipino will be allowed to question the very women who accuse him of rape. Filipino says he wants to confront them because if he does, he believes they'll change their story.
A surprising drug arrest today involving a Carnegie Mellon University student. Only on KDKA this evening, authorities say they have never seen anything like it. That student, Mark Paraway, was arrested at the airport with what federal agents call large quantities of illegal drugs, ecstasy, methamphetamine, and cocaine. And there is more. Investigators say he was shipping it from his on-campus fraternity house. Now, Paraway says he did nothing wrong, that it's all a big misunderstanding.
That's correct. These are all substances which are legitimately purchased by him for resale to laboratories and individuals.
Federal agents tested those drugs at the airport, and they say they came back positive for ecstasy, cocaine, and methamphetamine. Authorities allege that he was shipping the drugs nationwide. Paraway, however, says that he was running a legitimate business selling a legal research drug to chemists and to doctors nationwide.
Slip a necktie on, ruin your eyesight. The results of a strange new study next. Plus, new developments in the seesaw battle over the 10 Commandments plaque on the Allegheny County Courthouse, and saying goodbye to a legendary comedian.
65 degrees right now with a partly cloudy sky. It looks like we're going to look forward to lots of sunshine the next couple of days, and more importantly, some dry weather. All the details in your AccuWeather forecast coming up when KDKA-TV News at 11 continues.
Tomorrow morning at 6:45, many women will try just about anything to get rid of cellulite.
No, that's trash.
What about those cellulite creams? Do they work? Get the skinny on cellulite creams tomorrow on KDKA-TV News this morning.
The Kia Sedona. It's the minivan with the government's highest safety rating and the lowest price.
Visit your greater Pittsburgh area Kia retailers. Hurry, offer ends soon.
Wow, you should join the Best Buy Reward Zone.
Yeah?
Yeah, you earn points on the stuff you buy, plus every day we're giving away $25,000.
25,000? Plasma. Oh, TiVo. Oh, look at all this stuff.
Sony Vaio.
Oh, this is so cool. What was that? That's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Join the Best Buy Reward Zone and you could win a $25,000 shopping spree. Thousands of possibilities. Get yours.
Tomorrow at 5, it's a debilitating disease affecting millions. So is there any way to stop Parkinson's before it starts? Dr. Maria reports. Then at 6, still have questions about your housing assessment?
It's good to know this information before you walk into the hearing.
What you need to know tomorrow on KDKA-TV News.
This is KDKA-TV News at 11 with Patrice King Brown, Ken Rice, and your AccuWeather forecast from Jeff Brazella.
1 year ago tonight, 9 miners were thanking their lucky stars, praying to their higher power. 1 year ago today, it was the miracle the world was waiting for. Rescuers pulled those 9 Q Creek miners from the earth to safety. It is an event that has touched many lives, especially, of course, those of the miners themselves. The miners have been through a lot this past year, and they say all they want now is to have their lives return to normal.
The 10 Commandments can remain on the courthouse wall. Citing an appellate court decision in June, Chief U.S. District Judge Danetta Ambrose in Pittsburgh ruled today that a plaque containing the 10 Commandments will remain on the wall of the Allegheny County Courthouse. In making her ruling, Judge Ambrose dismissed the claims of 2 atheists who said the plaque offended them. You can read more about this story in tomorrow's Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. And also another first look at the PG. People who wear neckties and people who hate neckties, rather, got a boost from science. A new study says ties are a risk factor for glaucoma. Now, researchers say that when ties are tied too tightly, the pressure of fluid builds up in the eye and can cause glaucoma. The problem is, though, you have to experience some pain or some early symptoms, and when finally diagnosed, patients have often already lost some eyesight.
Next.
With her blonde tresses black, as Pittsburgh's most famous pop princess came back to town tonight. That's ahead. Plus, Jeff Brazella has the AccuWeather forecast for you.
Hey, Joe.
Hey, Pete. Hey, how's Charlie?
Doctor said he's fine.
Must have run up some bill.
His job covered almost all of it.
Really?
Yeah, he's got it good. Great medical, lots of vacation, good pay.
Who's he work for?
Verizon.
At Verizon, we take care of our employees because we believe satisfied employees provide the best customer service, and that's our #1 priority.
Hey, boss, you taking notes?
It's the July Countdown event at your Chrysler dealer, counting down the final days of the summer sales drive with America's best values. Like no payments until 2004, in addition to 0% APR financing for 60 months for very well-qualified buyers. Or up to $4,000 in cash allowances and low financing for 72 months. Plus, get a $750 military bonus. And our transferable 770 powertrain limited warranty. July is counting down, and so is the summer sales drive. Hurry to your Chrysler dealer before July 31st.
Ever wonder what goes into Red Lobster's endless crab? Well, maybe a whole lot more than you thought. Red Lobster's Endless Crab. A celebration of all the hot, steaming snow crab legs you can eat. Endless Crab. Now at Red Lobster.
Welcome back to KDKA-TV News.
Thanks for the memory of rainy afternoons, swingy Harlem tunes, motor trips and burning lips and burning toast and prunes. How lovely it was.
Yes, Bob Hope, thank you for the memories. America indeed has lost one of its more beloved citizens, Bob Hope. Jennifer Ankoviak joins us now live from the Satellite Center with more on this story. Jennifer?
Stacey, Hope brought joy and laughter and comfort to generations on stage and screen, on television and in radio, and on battlefields far from home. He died overnight, his daughter says, with a smile on his face.
You look just
Bob
great.
Hope was best known for making people laugh.
Well, I hope I look that good when I'm your age.
But now he's left them feeling sad. Fans around the world are mourning the death of this legendary comedian, and they're thanking him for the memories.
He's just a terrific man. He will be missed by everybody around the world.
Hope died of pneumonia Sunday at his home in Toluca Lake, California. He was 100 years old. By Hope's side, his wife Dolores and their 4 children.
I can't tell you how beautiful and serene and peaceful it was. And the fact that there was a little audience gathered around, even though it was family, I think warmed Dad's heart.
Hope first found an audience in vaudeville and in radio. It was a following that later grew when he moved on to the big screen. Hope's most popular films were a string of road pictures he did with Dorothy Lamour and Bing Crosby.
On the road to Morocco.
But the role Bob Hope cherished most was when he traveled overseas to lift the spirits of American troops.
He was such a positive spirit, and he had done it all, seen it all, been everywhere, and it was time to go.
Hope received scores of honorary degrees and awards for his humanitarian efforts. He was even knighted in his native Britain, but he'll always be remembered as king of the one-liners, and for a song we'll never forget.
Thanks for the memory of rainy afternoon.
Hope earned a fortune, gave lavishly to charity, and received so many awards that he actually had to rent a warehouse to store them all in. He was also one of the nation's most honored comedians, earning not 1, but 4 stars on Hollywood's Walk of Fame. Live in the KDKA Satellite Center, I'm Jennifer Ankoviak.
One of Pittsburgh's most famous alum returns for a visit. Christina Aguilera's fans came in droves to catch a glimpse of her tonight at the Mellon Arena. She is touring right now with Justin Timberlake, and fans just can't seem to get enough of her. They came in droves, screaming for their favorite performers. Peddling their products.
Justin Timberlake 2001 collectible bobblehead.
Putting up posters and even performing like them.
Come on over, baby. Come on over, baby.
Let's get dirty. I am beautiful, no matter what they say. Words can't bring me down.
What a girl wants, what a girl needs.
Everyone sang their praise for Christina for different reasons tonight, but all the fans agreed that it's her attitude that's her best attribute.
I like how she's straightforward with everything. She doesn't care what people think. She's just herself.
She's not afraid to do something that other people wouldn't.
And for those fans who simply can't decide between Christina and Justin,
Justina.
Yeah, there you go.
to the delight of many young girls at tonight's concert, Christina Aguilera was not alone. Christina joined former NSYNC member Justin Timberlake to headline this tour, combining 2 of the most powerful pop singers on one stage. Timberlake is promoting his new debut solo album, Justified. They've been singing together since they were about 8 years old when they did the Disney show.
Boy, you're really up on this.
I do remember. Remember, she was here.
Yeah, that's
Don't
right.
you remember?
That's right.
She was here. She grew up here. Remember when she was here
that
for
part, but
the Disney show, and he was around then too?
You watched that show a lot, didn't you?
I worked at that show.
Oh, okay.
So that's how I happened to watch it.
Well, anyway, we had some rain move through earlier today, but...
long since gone.
Yeah.
Long since moved on, and we're looking forward to a nice middle part of the week. The highlight tomorrow is going to be high pressure, a dry pocket of air, which means no rain coming down locally, and a fair amount of sunshine. Here's a breakdown of the day parts. Wake-up temperature around 60 degrees, maybe some patchy fog first thing tomorrow morning. By lunchtime, up to 72, and late day with mostly sunny conditions during the afternoon. AccuWeather forecasting a high of 80 degrees. Today, our high temperature didn't quite get there. 77 was all we could muster, 6 short of the average high, which is 83. 66, or I should say 65, is our low temperature. That's our current reading right now, and sunrise tomorrow morning occurs at 6:15. Again, 65 right now, and partly cloudy. Relative humidity 84%. Surface winds are light. Coming out of the north at 3, barometric pressure is rising, and the dew point holding steady right now at 60. Into Washington County we go with partly cloudy conditions. Temperatures have cooled off in Claysville, 64. Also have a 64 in Charleroi, and Burgettstown has dropped to 62 degrees. As we check out what's happening on the larger scale, you can see some clouds and scattered showers and storms occurring across parts of the Mississippi River Valley. That's of no consequence to us. Those showers are heading toward the south, out ahead of a boundary that's already pressed through the Pittsburgh area. Now we're looking forward to some breaks in the cloud cover that we've seen persistent throughout much of the evening, and most of those breaks are occurring to the north and northwest of the city of Pittsburgh, while we're still holding on to at least some cloud cover to the east and south of Allegheny County in the city of Pittsburgh. But as that dry air continues to work its way down in from the northwest, most areas should see at least some breaks in the cloud cover. So the call from AccuWeather overnight tonight will be for patchy cloud cover, because likely here to the south, you'll hang on to the clouds just a little longer than you will to the north, where skies have already cleared. Now, as a result, temperatures to the north will cool off a little more. 55 the low in Clarion tonight. 57 in Monaca and Morgantown on the warmer end of the scale during the overnight period. We'll have a low of 60 degrees. In the next 24 hours, that disturbance that brought a few light rain showers to the area earlier this evening, as well as the front, everything settles to the south and to the east. High pressure becomes our dominant weather feature for a couple of days. That'll give us sunshine and dry weather conditions starting tomorrow afternoon and lasting through Wednesday, with our next chance for showers and storms not coming into the picture until Thursday into Friday. So with partly to mostly sunny skies tomorrow, temperatures should rebound nicely. 76 the high in Mercer, 79 in Robinson, and 80 the high in Uniontown. So you're accurate with the forecast tonight. Patchy clouds, maybe some areas of fog in the river valleys, primarily the typical locations. 58 the low. Then for tomorrow, we'll see partly to mostly sunny skies later in the afternoon. Should be pretty pleasant with a high of 80 degrees. Then for tomorrow night, clear and comfortable. We'll drop down to 57, and you're accurate with our 5-day forecast. Wednesday looks like a winter with a high of 83 degrees and sunshine. Thursday, chance for thunderstorms in the afternoon, 82 degrees. The most active day, though, looks to be Friday, with a good shot at showers and storms and a high of 80. Saturday, much of the day should be rain-free. Then late in the afternoon toward evening, could see a couple thunderstorms and a high of 81. But tomorrow, Wednesday, double thumbs up.
Double thumbs. Okay.
One for each day.
Thanks very much, Jeff.
The Steelers' #1 draft pick signs on the dotted line.
And shows up for training camp. That's next.
Get to the Dodge Summer Sales Drive, where we're counting down the final days of July with the best values in America. Like 0% APR financing for 60 months, with no monthly payments until 2004 for very well-qualified buyers. Or get up to $4,500 cash allowance and low 72-month financing. Plus, current military personnel receive an additional $750 cash allowance. All with our 770 powertrain limited warranty. Like July, these deals are slipping away fast. So get to your Dodge dealer by July 31st.
Hi, I'm Corey, and this is where I work. I like working the drive-thru a lot. We all work as a team.
When people come through our drive-thru, they're in a hurry. They have other places to be. That's why we're fast and accurate.
Yes, we check every bag just to make sure everything's in there. And we check every bag.
To work here, you have to be a real people person.
You gotta make sure that you smile.
This is a very friendly place.
Maybe brighten their day a little bit.
And right now, you can get your choice of 2 Big Macs, 2 Quarter Pounders with cheese, or 2 supersized orders of fries for just $3. Mix or match any 2 items, just $3.
See you soon.
But I'm cool like that. 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 Get out, man. I groove like that. I'm smooth like that. I jive like that. I roll like that.
Yeah, I'm chill like that. I'm chill.
I funk like that. I'm fat like that. I'm in like that cause I swing like that. We jazz like that. We freak like that. We zoom like that. We out, we out.
Situation available for individuals who think ahead and want thinking that will move their money ahead. Candidates should have an uncompromising drive to send a child to college or retire by age 50, and believe that a bank should have a drive to always think of ways to make anything you want something you might get. For thinking and advice that can make a difference, call or come see us. PNC. Every day is an opportunity to do more.
America is watching the Pittsburgh Panthers. America will be watching the Panthers. How about you? Call now. Season tickets start under $100.
Troy Polamalu jumped on the red eye last night, flew to Pittsburgh, signed an $8 million contract. Now, all he has to do is prove that he's worth the money. Of course, before he does that, he'll have to prove that he should start.
He'll be working in there behind Mike, and, you know, and we'll go from there. And, you know, Mike, you know, he's got the system. He's played in the system for a couple years. He understands it. So, you know, they're good for Troy to kind of watch him work in front of him. And then, you know, obviously, the more he practices, the more comfortable he'll become, and we'll let them play.
You know, I really don't know what it takes. But I know that Mike Logan is a great football player, and I'm looking up to him. Both him and Brant have been helping me out a lot on the field, and you know, I'm going to try to take in as much knowledge as they have and squeeze every knowledge out of our coaches also, you know, to get better and help this team out.
He was a holdout, and as usual, it was about the money. But you get the feeling listening to him, it was the agent who was hung up on the money.
I could honestly tell you that I would play this game for free, you know, and the business part of it is just not my deal. It's not, you know, I could do without the business part of it. I just love to play the sport. But, you know, I think that money can put you in a position to help a lot of people out. And not that only money can do that, but, you know, it helps a little bit. And I got a lot of family and a lot of friends and a lot of people to take care of. And through the good grace of God, football has put me in that position.
I can honestly tell you I would do this for no money, too. Antonio Bryant proved he could drive a coach crazy when he played for Walt Harris at Pitt. Remember that? But he won some points with Bill Parcells yesterday. He injured his pinky finger on Saturday at the Cowboys camp in San Antonio. Saturday night, he flew to Dallas. Sunday morning, he had surgery on his finger. He flew back to San Antonio in time to practice that afternoon, yesterday afternoon. Parcells praised him in front of the rest of the team. And Mario Lemieux didn't sound like a guy who's not going to be playing hockey in a couple of months. He talked to some reporters who showed up at the Penguins golf outing today and said that he plans on announcing his decision at the end of this week. He also said that he's been working out and that his conditioning is where it should be at this time of year. He hasn't been skating, but he never does until August. The next time Jason Kendall shows up on the same field as the San Diego Padres, he may be playing for him. His appeal of his 3-game suspension was denied today, and he'll start serving it tomorrow. And the Padres are here for 3 games, and one of the hottest trade rumors around has him and Brian Giles going to the Padres, maybe as soon as the series ends on Thursday, which, by the way, happens to be the trading deadline. Jim Bowden was the boy genius when he became general manager of the Cincinnati Reds when he was 31 years old. Lately, he's been finding out how hard it is to be a genius when you're running a small market baseball team. Today, he was fired, and so was his manager, Bob Boone. And Jeff Suppan is making it awfully easy for Dave Littlefield to shop him around. He did it again today. When we come back, we'll show you how he beat a team he could be pitching for at the end of the week.
July is counting down, and so is the Jeep Summer Sales Drive. Now, very well-qualified buyers can make no monthly payments until 2004 and get 0% financing. Or choose up to a $3,000 cash allowance and low financing for 72 months. Plus, current military personnel receive an additional $750 cash allowance. Add in a 770 powertrain limited warranty, and you've got the best values in America. But July is counting down, so hurry in before July 31st to the Jeep Summer Sales Drive.
Beautiful country. Man can get lost out here. Forget there's people and things that ain't so simple as this. man's got a right to protect his property and his life, and we ain't letting no rancher take either.
Open Range, directed by Kevin Costner. Rated R. Starts August 15th.
Now, here are tonight's winning lottery numbers. The live drawing of the Pennsylvania Lottery after KDKA-TV News at 6. Plus, see the live Powerball drawing right here every Wednesday and Saturday at 11.
Save on Gatorade Sports Drink only 49 cents with bonus coupon and additional purchase. See store for detail. Foodland, close to home.
New on Lifetime this August. Jolie Fisher stars in a new Lifetime original series, Wild Card.
Zoe is the kind of girl I think all women identify with. She becomes a woman on a mission.
You lied to protect somebody who killed my sister.
She uses her wit to sort of get her through situations.
I kind of fed him some facts that weren't exactly factual.
Women everywhere will say, I like her.
Wild Card, a new Lifetime original series. Check your local listings this August.
We've slashed prices again at our liquidation clearance sale at Levin Furniture's West Mifflin showroom. Don't miss the savings through Wednesday at 9 at Levin's.
And the Pirates playing in St. Louis today. Jeff Suppan got a little bit of help from J.D. Drew, or I should say from Giles on this catch on a ball hit by J.D. Drew. Top of the second with one on, Brett Tomko pitching, and Reggie Sanders hits this home run to make it 2-0. Hits it in the upper deck. And then Matt Stairs drove in a run a little bit later with a base hit, scores Kendall. They had a 3-0 lead, but it was Suppan pitching a shutout. He gets Scott Rowland to end it on a 5-4-3 double play. He's now 10-7. The Pirates win 3-0. He could be traded to the Cardinals or the Astros. Here's a minor league guy you might want to look at. He was promoted from A to AA, Chris Shelton. He was leading in every category in A ball there except runs batted in. He was one behind. He's ready to win the Triple Crown.
The Nissan Xterra 4x4. Let's get to the bottom of it. Almost 10 inches of ground clearance, a steel ladder frame, shift on the fly 4-wheel drive, full-length protective skid plates. Now get 1.9 APR financing for 60 months and $1,500 cash back. Drop everything and see your Nissan dealer.
What do you say to those who imagine the things the rest of us might never think of?
The money isn't the first thing. The idea is the first thing.
How was it that they always seemed to make ends meet when you're sure that money was the last thing on their minds?
It does relieve your mind, allows you to focus on your work.
The most sensible investments I've made have been made by others.
For 80 years, TIAA-CREF has managed money for people with other things to think about. Log on to see what we can do for you.
It's not easy to have a career and a family, but my job makes it a lot easier to do both. I think my company takes family very seriously, and they'll help you achieve anything you want. And it doesn't matter what you want to do or where you want to go, the possibilities are absolutely endless at Walmart. I hope to set a good example for my boys that they can go out and achieve absolutely anything. My name is Margaret. I'm a district manager in charge of 7 stores, and I've been with Walmart for 11 years.
So, did you have a good time?
It was okay.
A lot of your friends there?
A few. What?
No smoking or drinking, like we said, right?
Dad.
Hey, you want to go try a cigarette?
No.
Talk to your kids about not smoking. They'll listen, even if they don't tell you.
Mountaineer Gaming Resort, only 45 minutes from Pittsburgh. We'll leave the slots on for you.
July is counting down, and so is the Jeep Summer Sales Drive. Now, very well-qualified buyers can make no monthly payments until 2004 and get 0% financing. Or choose up to a $3,000 cash allowance and low financing for 72 months. Plus, current military personnel receive an additional $750 cash allowance. Add in our 770 powertrain limited warranty, and you've got the best values in America. But July is counting down, so hurry in before July 31st to the Jeep Summer Sales Drive.
You need KDKA Storm Tracker and KDKA AccuWeather to stay ahead of the storm.
That's our 11 o'clock report. Letterman's next. Good night.
They're up for eviction, but a House veto could spare one of them. All new Big Brother, CBS Tuesday.